While most humans on average live between 65 and 80 years of age in the current modern era, there are some that cross the 3-digit mark and even go beyond 120 years old, but these are very rare incidences. However, in fiction, they are but blimps in the lifespans of some extraordinary humans, and so here in this video we will explore 25 of the oldest specimens of humanity in, of course, fiction. Let's go! So 25. Khan Noonien Singh. Khan is a genetically engineered superhuman from Star Trek who was designed to be stronger, smarter and faster than the ordinary human. He originally lived during the late 20th century on Earth and ruled over many nations before being defeated. He is 315 years old, which is about 4 times the lifespan of a normal human. He survived so long because he was placed in cryogenic sleep, which completely stopped his aging. 24. Lady Melisandre. So Melisandre is a red priestess from Game of Thrones who serves the fire god R'hllor and practices powerful magic. She travels with kings and armies, most notably Stannis Baratheon and Jon Snow, and she claims she sees visions of the future in the flames. She is around 400 years old, which equals 5 to 6 human lifespans. Her long life comes from a magical necklace that keeps her young and hides her true, very ancient appearance. 23. Elros. So Elros is the first king of Numenor in the Silmarillion and the brother of Elrond, who chose an elven life instead. Elros instead picked the mortal path, but he still carried the long-lived blood of the half-elven. He lived for 500 years, which is 7 or 8 times longer than an ordinary human. He lived this long because the early Numenorians were blessed by the Valar with incredibly long yet still mortal lifespans. 22. Ra's al Ghul. He is a brilliant and ruthless villain from the DC Comics who commands the League of Shadows, a secret group that tries to fix the world by extreme methods. He has spent centuries mastering combat, science and strategy. He is about 600 years old, which equals 8 or 9 human lifetimes. His long life comes from the repeatedly using of the Lazarus Pits, which are magical pools that restore youth and heal fatal injuries. 21. Fortencho. Fortencho is an ancient human warrior, an ancestor from the Halo universe who led humanity during the early wars against the Forerunners. He was known as a strong and wise leader who helped humanity expand and survive harsh battles against the Flood and the Forerunners. He lived around 1,000 years or more, which is around 12 normal human lifespans. He lived so long because ancient humans there used advanced genetic engineering that greatly slowed their aging and strengthened their abilities. 20. Dante. So Dante is the legendary chapter master of the Blood Angels in Warhammer 40k and one of the most respected space marines still alive. He has fought in countless battles over more than a millennium and still leads his chapter with great honor. He is around 16 or 1700 years old as of the current era, which equals 20 normal human lifespans. He lives so long because space marines have superhuman biology, advanced medical treatment and bodies are enhanced to endure centuries of war. 19. Alexander Corvinus. So this is the first immortal human in the Underworld films and the ancestor of both the vampire and the Lycan, which are werewolves. A unique virus infected him long ago and merged perfectly with his body, making him an immortal specimen instead of killing him. He is 1700 years old, which is about 21 human lifespans. His perfect immortal biology allows him to heal from any wound and never age. 18. Lazarus Long. So he is the longest living member of a special family line in the novels which start with Methuselah's children and ends with Time Enough for Love, where people are bred for long life. He has lived through huge parts of future human history and taken on many different jobs and adventures. He is over 2,000 years old, more than 25 human lifespans. His life is extended through a mix of genetic engineering and advanced medical technology that always keeps his body young. At 17 we have Wonder Woman. Diana Prince is an Amazon warrior princess, still a human, from the DC Comics, who was created by the Greek gods to defend peace and justice. She has spent centuries of training, fighting and learning about the world beyond her island home. She is, as of now, more than 2400 years old, which is about 30 times longer than a normal human. She lives so long because the Amazons are blessed with magical, ageless bodies that do not weaken over time. And might I add, her mother Hippolyta is way older. On the 16th spot we have Manitou Raven from DC. He is a powerful shaman who comes from around 1000 BC and later joins modern superhero teams through magic and time travel. He commands powerful spiritual forces and uses ancient rituals to fight evil. He is around 3000 years old, almost 40 normal human lifespans. His magic keeps him alive by slowing his aging and protecting him from every type of sickness and death. Now 15, we have Leto Atreides II. He is also called the God Emperor of Dune. Leto II is a major character who becomes a human sandworm hybrid to guide humanity. He rules as the God Emperor and shapes human history for thousands of years. He is, by the time of his death, 3,500 years old, which is about 45 human lifetimes. He lives so long because of his transformation, which gives him nearly indestructible skin and extremely slow aging. The next is Methus from Highlander. Methus is the oldest known immortal in the Highlander series and has survived countless wars and civilizations. He avoids danger by living quietly and staying hidden for most of the time. He is 5,000 years old, equal to more than 60 human lifespans. He lives for so long because immortals here do not age at all after their first death and can only be killed by beheading. At number 13, we have Flint. Flint is a mysterious immortal man from Star Trek who had lived many lives under different names, including famous historical figures. He isolates himself on a private planet to continue studying art, science, and music. He is 6,000 years old, about 75 human lifespans, and he lives for so long because of a rare mutation in his body which prevents aging and makes him biologically immortal. Next, we have Archmagus Belisarius Gall from 40k. He is a brilliant tech priest from the Adeptus Mechanicus who has spent millennia working on advanced technology, including the Primaris Marines. Since the Great Crusade, he has replaced most of his body with machines to keep functioning. He is over 12,000 years old, which is around 150 human lifetimes. He survives so long because he is basically a cyborg who is constantly repairing himself, upgrading and rebuilding by using Mechanicus technology. At number 11, we have John Oldman. So John Oldman is the main character in the movie The Man from Earth. He is a man who has secretly lived through all of human history. He moves every 10 years to avoid suspicion and never reveals his true age to others. He is over 14,000 years old, equal to around 175 human lifetimes. He lives so long because he is a prehistoric human with a mutation that prevents aging and illness. Then next we have Olanis Person, also from 40k. He is a mysterious immortal wanderer, a perpetual, who appears at key moments in history. Some believe he is a perpetual human who revives after death and lives forever. He is, as seen last in the Horus Heresy, over 45,000 years old, which is over 560 human lives. He lives this long because perpetuals regenerate endlessly and cannot permanently die. Number 9. Clan Ark. So he is an ancient warrior from DC Comics who has lived since the earliest eras of human civilization. He has seen countless ages rise and fall and has fought many battles across history. He is 49,000 years old, about 600 human lifetimes. He is this ancient because he was transformed by a powerful magic long time ago that halted his aging. The next is the Emperor of Humanity, the God Emperor from 40k. He is the immortal ruler of humanity and the most powerful human psyker ever born. There are a lot of mysteries regarding his birth, but the common knowledge is that he was born around 8000 BC when a group of shamans concentrated all their energy into one being, the New Man. He then shaped human history for tens of thousands of years before creating the Imperium. He is, as of now, 50,000 years old and interred in the Golden Throne, although half alive, which means he has been alive for around 625 human lifetimes. He lives so long because he is a perpetual and possesses unmatched psychic power that prevents true death. Number 7. Vandal Savage. Vandal Savage is a supervillain from DC who gained immortality by being exposed to radiation from a glowing meteor. He has used his long life to gain knowledge, wealth, and power across many civilizations. He is 50,000 years old, which is around 625 human lifetimes. And this is all because of a strange meteor that altered his body to constantly heal and never age. Number 6. Professor Paradox. Professor Paradox is a scientist from Ben 10 who became unanchored from time after an experiment went wrong. He now moves freely through the past, present, and future and ages extremely slowly. He is currently 100,000 years old, which is about 1250 human lifetimes. This is because time itself no longer affects him normally, which gives him near immortality. Before we go to the top 5, we should showcase maybe a few notable mentions, which, of course I'm biased, which are from 40k. We have the genetically engineered demigods created during the Great Crusade, which are the Primarchs, and a couple of them are well beyond 10,000 years of age, if you don't consider the demon Primarchs who have turned to chaos. Then there are also the custodies, who are handcrafted but not batch grown like the Space Marines, and they can live for long millennia, with the greatest custodian Valdo, who vanished right after the heresy and was hinted to be still alive. Then there are other older Space Marines in Dreadnoughts, and some very old ones like Marshal Ludolus and Sci-fi. On the 5th spot we have Naboo, or Dr. Fate. So he is a powerful cosmic being from the DC Comics who serves as one of the Lords of Order. He guides and empowers the human hero Dr. Fate by living inside the magical helmet of Fate. He is over 200,000 years old. Not just Naboo but also Dr. Fate, which is more than 2,500 human lifetimes. He has lived so long because he's not really truly human. He is an immortal, magical entity who exists outside normal aging. But Dr. Fate, the human host, has been its host for the same time periods, which is 200,000 years. Older than him are the Transcendents, which are post-human beings from the Zeali sequence. They are descendants of humanity who slowly evolve into a new, higher form of life. They appear around 500,000 AD and eventually die out around a million AD, which gives them a lifespan of about 500,000 years. This equals to over 6,000 human lifetimes, longer than anything biology could ever achieve. 3rd spot, Lady Cassandra from Doctor Who is a future human who has replaced almost all her body with technology to stay alive. Over the countless years, she keeps herself functioning through surgeries, machines, and constant medical upgrades, or she basically exists as just a patch of skin who has to be constantly moisturized or else she cracks. And of course she is millions of years old, which is of course tens of thousands of times longer than a normal human life. 2nd spot, The Last Question's human hive mind. In Isaac Asimov's story The Last Question, humanity eventually merges into a single universal spanning entity, a hive mind called the Cosmic AC Consciousness. This being exists long after human bodies disappear and continues to evolve alongside the universe. It is billions of years old, lasting far beyond anything humanly imaginable. It lives so long because it exists as a form of pure information. But the oldest are the Downstreamers, which are a hyper-advanced future civilization from the Revelation space series who evolves into near godlike beings. They exist on scales of time and intelligence so vast that normal humans cannot comprehend. They are 10 to the power 117 years old, which is an age that's so huge that it's far beyond the lifespan of the universe itself and cannot be even compared to human lifetimes. They live for so long because they operate on cosmic scales far outside space, time, and physics. Now, those are the 25 oldest humans in sci-fi and fantasy works. Now do hit the like button for support, and also for the ones holding their phones in their hands, you know the drill. Hit the hype option to push this content further. And I know that some of you might not see the hype option, but it's okay. Anyway, subscribe to be a part of Legion Nutbug. Until the next time, take care, boys.